Greetings, I'm David, and this is Crash Bandicoot, the first game. So, I've been kind of wanting to do this game for a little while. It took me a little bit of time to prep for this one, just because it's Crash Bandicoot 1, and we'll get into why that can be kind of difficult sometimes. So, sort of the story of the first game. This was a PS1 original, or exclusive, or whatever. First one in the series. It was sort of a pioneer in the 3D platformer.
We are closer than ever before. Quickly, into the vortex.
And it was definitely one of the biggest games selling for the PS1. Reject Bandicoot 1.0.
Capture him.
Uh-oh.
Prepare the female bandit.
Okay, so quick synopsis of what just happened there. So we are an experiment, a reject of Neocortex, which is that crazy doctor that we just ran away from. We managed to break free, but the other Bandicoot that was there, yes, that was a Bandicoot, our girlfriend, Tana, is still stuck there. We need, and the entire motivation for the game is to save her. We wake up on Insanity Beach, which is the first level, right here. Our goal, besides just saving Tana, is to get all of the gems if we want the best, the 100% best ending. And the way that you do that, the way that you get gems in this game, or specifically, yeah, all gems in this game, you have to break all the boxes in a level. Now, it's easier said than done, because a lot of levels do require certain gems to have before you can unlock all of the boxes. Pretty typical how you get extra lives. One, sometimes there's just 1-ups everywhere. That's Crash's face, the little tokens that have Crash's face. The other way is to get 100 of the Wampa fruits, which is the fruits that we're collecting there. We did break one of them. I take this very slow because I get very nervous about positioning. Since this was one of the earliest PS1 games, or at least one of the early PS1 games, it does not have analog support. So I'm doing this all with D-pad, and honestly, with the old school Crash games, that's kind of pretty typical to do. Which I realize can be a turnoff for newer players, and I completely sympathize with that, because it does take some adjusting to do. But yeah, we did manage to get the first box gem. We will go ahead and put it in the second file. So there are two ways of saving. The first way to save is saving your gems. You do that by getting a new gem. The other way is through a bonus stage. Sorry, I'm trying to... I would recommend looking up the gem list, specifically the colored gems, because it hits you as soon as you get to this level right here. So in order to get the gem for Jungle Rollers, you need a gem from later on in the game. The green gem, I believe. Yeah. So that means that there's no real point in breaking all of the boxes in this level right now, because we can't get the gem anyways. Here's the one sort of defining attribute of the original Crash game. Besides, like, the saving process, the other major thing, with 100% of the game, and the reason why Crash 1 is one of the hardest in the trilogy to say. It actually is possible to get up there if you have the invincibility mask. As you saw, there was a small green gem that disappeared once we got close to it. Jerk. But it would hit it with the other skunk. Okay. Sorry. The defining attribute of the original Crash game, the reason why it's a lot more difficult to 100% the game, is if you die in the middle of the level, so you've already gotten a checkpoint and you accidentally die because, yeah, it's the first Crash game that's going to happen. You can no longer get the box gem, or get the gem at the end of the level, unless you reset the level. Which makes beating, or 100%ing Crash 1 a heck of a lot more difficult because of that one stipulation. The other way to save your game is by completing a Tana bonus room. It's not in every level, but it comes up every couple levels or so. And that is how you save your level progression. It doesn't save, like... It saves up to that level. So if you do either die in the level... Yeah, rub it in. If you do die in the middle of the level, but you still got the Tana tokens, and you decide to quit, you'll have to redo the level. The annoying thing is, if you die, or game over, or quit, after getting a Tana token, but not getting the next one, you will have to redo up to that level that you got the Tana token in. Pretty typical, come on. It's like, just jump through the box. Pretty typical, 3D platformer, or platformer in general. If you hold down the jump button on one of these bouncy boxes, it will bounce you higher. Same thing with, any enemies or anything. Like that. I will say, Crash 1 is probably the most simple of the original trilogy. But it is arguably the hardest one to 100%. Which is a little unfortunate if you're wanting to go back. But you really don't need to unless you're really curious. Well, that was kind of bullcrap. Okay, it begins. First death. Doesn't matter because we can't get the box gem in this level anyways. In fact, I don't think we can actually get the gem here until very late into the game. These are probably my least favorite enemies in the game. Because they bounce you back. They don't hurt you. At least not the from the shield side. But they do bounce you back, and it's kind of annoying to deal with that. You have to jump on top of them and then spin them away. Okay, Tana token. Nice. I don't think you can save your level progression if you die in the middle of the stage, in the middle of the bonus stage. But these boxes do not count towards gem completion. So if you miss one in a bonus stage, it's fine. You don't have to worry about it. You update the save. Continue. My timer back out. I am playing this on the PS1. I'm not emulating it, so no save states. Okay, so here's the thing. This is the yellow gem right here. You can't get this until basically the last level. I believe the lab is where you get the yellow gem. There is a small chance that if you jump on the very edges of the platform, you can actually avoid ending the level. It is possible. You know, people have done it before. There's not much reason to do it except saying that you have. Just because, I mean, if you're 100%ing the game anyways, then, you know, you're just gonna have to come back anyways. It only takes an extra couple seconds to go all the way back to the start of the map. So, why really bother? But, I mean, to each their own, obviously. If you want to do it, by all means, go for it. There is a trick that you can do while jumping. If you like go back and forth with the left and right, Crash will move just slightly faster. I don't really have much luck with it, to be completely honest, but it can help make this section a lot less tense, because it'll give you more space to work with. And I believe this level is one that you can get the gem early. You don't need another gem, one of the colored gems to get. Now, the Insane Trilogy version makes Crash 1 a lot more bearable to deal with. And yes, I realize that's a level in Crash 2, but the reason why I would recommend doing the Insane Trilogy version over the original is because clear gems don't have that stipulation anymore. Colored gems still do, but it's a lot more manageable, for sure. Okay, I believe we do need a colored gem for this one. This is the first in 2 creek levels. That is the thing with this game. It tends to work in a rule of 2s. Most levels have some sister level at some point in the game. Some of the later levels don't, one of which is Slippery Climb. That is a notable one because it originally did... You can actually hit those fish. I just get kind of nervous around them. Yeah, as you can tell, we do need a gem for it. No! Ah, that's unfortunate. Thankfully, we're not going for the gem anyways, so... I hit the box not realizing that it would be a Tana token. And was trying to go land on the leaf so that I didn't have to wait for it, and kind of messed up on both. Yeah, that is going to be a thing for this playthrough. There's going to be a lot of death. A lot of death involved with Crash 1. Honestly, any Crash game. Unless you're really good at game, but I mean, that probably took a lot of death in practice. Okay, you guys saw that, right? I just clipped through the leaf. Yeah, unfortunately, you cannot not make any of those jumps, so you do have to wait for the orange gem for that one. Papu Papu, our first boss. Papu Papu is not too terribly difficult. Thankfully, they always give you a double Aku going into any of these fights. I'm serious, I landed on him. There we go. That was a little embarrassing, but it's fine. I love Crash's hand position. It looked like he was holding both of those torches in the background. Okay. I don't believe you get to keep any of the Akus if you manage to survive, though. Okay. Rolling Stones. I don't think we can get this one just yet. Yeah, a lot of the color gems only come up in the later levels. So a lot of the early game levels, you have to wait for the color gems. Mass Crash. This is Aku Aku. I know I don't think I mentioned him when we started, but he is, in this game, just kind of Crash's life meter. If you have an Aku Aku, you can take an extra hit. Doesn't help you against, my mask. That is one thing you need to be careful of. The TNT boxes will destroy objects, fruit, mask, tokens. Speaking of one, the Brio token. Okay. The reason why I was staying kind of close is in this game, TNT boxes are kind of finicky. If you go too far off screen, any boxes that are around the TNT that's going to explode will not break. That includes other TNT boxes. Only ones that have been activated and are going to explode will explode if you go too far off. So you can kind of use that to your advantage if you, like in that instance, if you didn't get the Brio token quickly or before you set off the TNT box. If you go far enough off screen, it should save the token. Or the box that the token's in. Oop, oop. Well, that's annoying. Well. It's like, I know I can hit this. Yeah, Crash doesn't really have much to work with in this game. Just jump and spin. The slide wouldn't be a thing until Crash 2. I'm not going to be, like, super meticulous in this level, or in the bonus levels, just because I kind of want to get a move on. But I do want to be conscious of how many lives I have. Because, unfortunately, Crash 1 does keep that sort of old school platformer mentality with lives when you game over, or, well, not when you game over, but if you quit, your lives get reset back to whatever they start at. So even if you save up like 80 lives or whatever, and then but decide to take a break, reset the game, you get set back to 4, I believe. Plus, I believe 0 counts as well. Yeah. As you saw there, we cannot... Well, love when enemies don't actually die when they're supposed to. So, yeah, there's not a whole lot... Oh, okay, yeah. So we are missing a third Brio token. That was from, I believe, the box that we destroyed with the TNT, that we hit with the plant. So. Hog Wild. Okay, this one, any of the hog levels in this game, you can get the gem right away. They're kind of a pain in the ass, though. The hog does have a sense of jumping, so the harder you hold down the jump button, the farther you'll go. This one is probably one that I'm going to be focusing a bit more on, because I've had issues before. Those guys, in particular, irritate me. Yep. That one always catches me. Unfortunately, it's not an auto jump. You do have to land on the drum, and you have to hold down the jump button in order to get enough distance. One of the few things that I don't like about the hog. I don't like a lot of things about the hog, but that's the most... So as you saw there, I did have to go out to the map and reset the level because I got a checkpoint. And if you get a checkpoint in this game before you die, you do have to reset the level because it's unfortunately one of those things in the original Crash that nobody liked. Jeez, close. I think I missed that. I guess we might as well finish the level, but that's unfortunate. Yeah, the reason why I... Okay, yeah. I mean, we might as well reset anyways. I mean, we have to reset anyways. If we want the... If I start dying too much in a certain level, then I'm going to kind of cut and do maybe like that part post-commentary. I'm going to try to hopefully not have that happen, but again, it's Crash 1. It's going to happen. Fumbling in the dark and the high road, yep, it's probably going to happen a few times. In a few levels. If you do die before getting your first checkpoint, then you can just play the level normally. you don't have to worry about resetting if you die before getting your first jump. Thankfully. It's way too close. Go. Yeah, the reason why I don't like the shield guys is because they're so hard to beat sometimes. This one, okay, we're good. Honestly, not too bad. Only 3 deaths. You can tell that I've recently played this game because I'm at least having enough competence to do this and keep some amount of commentary going. Yep, continue. Making pretty good progress. I mean, we're almost done with the first native fortress. Another level that we won't be able to get the gem just yet. We need the red gem for this one. These boxes, I believe, do 10. You need 10 jumps. In the remake, they take it down to 5, which, yeah, I'm thankful for that, because it is a bit tedious doing all 10 of them. These monkeys, when they're rolling, will knock you back. It won't hurt you, but it is annoying getting knocked back, especially if you end up going right into the pit. I believe if you chain jump like that, you can get some extra pop-up. Once the flames will have like a little flicker, and you have just a few seconds to finish jumping on it. Yeah, it's close. I swear they're faster in this level than some of the other ones. Or at least... Is that a little laugh? I don't know, I always thought the shield guys were, like, mutes. Unfortunately, dude... Yeah, I kind of figured that was gonna happen. Sad. Very sad when you lose a free life like that. Hey, a Tana token. Nice. We're actually making pretty good progress. Looks like we're going to be finishing up the first island. I think that was the extra life up there in the first episode. Which, honestly, is probably better than what I did on my first try through here. Yep, continue. Alright. Oh, right. Huh. It's like... Not gonna lie, here's what I thought was gonna happen. I was essentially finished with the level. I was like, oh, right, there's still level here. There is Fryaku right there. If you do fall down, you don't take... oh, shoot. I was gonna say, can I still make that without the turtle? Yes, thankfully. Like, I know you can go the rest of the way. I'm just gonna wait for this one. have just enough time to do that without the or with the higher jump. But yeah, if you want to avoid making it so close, you can do a smaller jump by not holding down the jump button. Okay, so here is the red gem, and I mean, it's not really a huge deal, obviously. It's just more annoying. If I was going for the box gem in this level, then yes, I would be very frustrated right now. But we're not at that point. We haven't seen that annoyed David just quite yet. Okay, you are intended to do that. I'm gonna wait for this. These things do flip back after a little bit of time. If you end up falling, then yeah. You can spin away your lives, so be careful with that. I believe the remake actually gives you an achievement for doing that. When going for the box gem, make sure to get this box, because I have seen people accidentally miss that one, and they have to redo the entire level again, because they got a little too eager. Alright, and I think this is where we're going to put in a cut. We'll do Up the Creek next time, and do the next boss. Bosses are kind of spread out, like 1 or 2 per island. Actually, you know what? Something that I just kind of thought about. The first island only has the one boss, Papu Papu. He's kind of in the middle, so it's a little weird, but I think it's because Ripperoo, which is the next level after Up the Creek, is so close to the first island. So Ripperoo, there's a second boss at the end of this island, and there's 2 bosses for the second island, and then on the third island you have 3. So it progressively gets more and more bosses as you go. And I don't know if that was the intention or what, but I like to think that that's what they kind of intended for. So, alright, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.